color theory. We want to look at color theory. Now, one thing to consider in color, color is a lot of people mistake the use of color because they always want to add color that it will make it look like a rainbow. Now, color must not be too busy in the eye. Must not be too busy, and it must not be out in the eye. If you look at this slide now, you see that it's kind of subtle to the eye. It's not too bright that it will. It's not too bright to the eye. It's kind of cool. And those are the things we should consider in our design. Part of the things we will look at in color theory is psychology of color, look at terminologies used in color, look at color wheel, and we look at best practices, the use of color. Now we have the psychology of color. We have red, we have blue, we have black, and many more. Now look at red. Red, the color red, it can mean anger, danger, warmth, danger. They always use like fire, for example. Now, fire is always red. It's used red. And someone that is furious, that's anger. They always use, if you have seen that emoji before, that someone that is angry, the face will turn red. That's what red means. It doesn't mean warmth, and it can also mean danger, and can increase heart rate beat. So the use of our color matters to it interprets informations to people. The color that you see, it's in different culture. Different culture have their different meanings of color. For example, now, some culture in Nigeria, people we always put on black in our country. For anything funeral, you see people put on black. While in some countries, you see them is white, they'll put on. That's each culture have their own, each country have meaning to their color. Everyone in each country have meaning. That's color. There's a lot of things color interprets. If we are designing for any person, for any niche, we should know the meaning in the country they have. Let's say we are designing for Korea. We should know what this particular color means in Korea for us to use that particular color. It should be considered in design. We shouldn't just pick design a Nigerian brand. Now, for another country, I might not use that particular color for that brand. I will make sure I look at the meaning of that color in that country for me to use it. And these are very important. Now, like I was saying, that it can increase heart rate and raise blood pressure. That's red, and be overwhelming if used too much. It's just like, red can mean heat. When heat is too much, when it's sunny period or summer period, when the sun is too much, it causes heat. Same as red. Red, when it's too much, it is overwhelming. And for blue is trustworthy. Blue can be trustworthy, calmness, peaceful, often used in banking, and light blue can be relaxing, while dark blue and reliability. For black can be bold, powerful, classic, confident, and sophisticated. It makes design feel edgier or elegant. I want to say this now. That there's this elegance black paint colors. You see black, you will see black, you will see gold. It gives elegant vibes. And it is used for typography and parts for neutral. Now, one thing about black is that when counting colors in printing, when it comes to printing, you always count black and white as neutral colors. You always count them as neutral color, while other colors are colored, and white are always neutral. It's not just generally. Black and white are always neutral color. Now, green represents growth. And if you see organizations that use green, they are into farming, they are into any natural skincare. Now, that means it shows growth, it shows rebirth, it shows nature. This is one of the most popular meanings for green. Is always for nature. Stability, endurance, abundance has a balancing or harmonizing effect and often used in relation to health. We also have yellow. Yellow is optimistic and energetic, good for points of scale, point of sales, messaging, and calls to action. Now, if you notice, marketing organizations, they always like to use yellow because it gives this energy. It's always energetic, and it grabs attention. It's also youthful. Yellow is youthful. It gives this child, and if you also notice children, you always see yellow there because children are always energetic. They're always up and doing. That's why people use yellow for children as well. We have white. White is simplicity. It conveys cleanliness and minimalism. It's always been used for religious purpose. Now, is for purity, someone that is clean. Even in movies, when they are doing someone that is saint, that is good, they always use white clothes, white material, and this signifies holiness. It signifies purity. That's what white is for. Now, we also have purple. Purple can represent royalty. In the ancient days, purple color are being used by the royal families. The citizens just don't use purple. It's always being used by royal family. It's as generation goes by, as technology goes by, everybody begins to go by. Everybody starts using purple, and purple can represent nostalgic, sentimental, and sophisticated. It symbolizes wealth and luxury, like I said, from royalty, wealth, luxury. And brown. Brown is honesty, simplicity, often used for organic companies, and can bring warmth and awesomeness to designs. For example, if we see any coffee shop or any coffee company, what do we expect to see? Brown. We always want to see brown there. Brown. If you also see any company producing chocolate, we always want to see brown there. Brown are used.
Hello, sir. I
Yes.
didn't hear what you said now.
Okay. I said pink. Pink can be feminine.
Okay.
Yes, pink is feminine. And if you anywhere we see pink, we always refer to ladies. Ladies, it's you hardly see sentimental, while there's this youthful energy. Another one is orange. Orange is always bright, fun, friendly, playful, and it commands attention without being overpowering. Now, an example is this bank, Guaranty Trust Bank. They use orange. Anywhere you sight it from afar, you see it. It's always attention grabbing. Yellow is always attention grabbing. From afar, you would have seen it's always standing out and without overpowering other colors. It's just always create this contrast wherever it is. Orange creates contrast. Okay. Now we look at the color wheels. The color wheels. Now the color wheels that we have, the history of these two goes way back to the early 1700s, and is essential for artistic and designers to know. Grasping the fundamental of the color will help. The color will help significantly, especially if you are not well versed in the use of color. A simple color wheel consists of 12 color hues arranged around a central hub. A color wheel consists of primary, secondary, and tertiary colors. Now, our primary colors, they consist of yellow, red, and blue. Now, I will explain how color are being chosen. Choose color when designing. How to best choose color whenever we want to do design. Now, if you look at this wheel now, we have primary colors, and there are two types of colors. We have primary colors and secondary colors. Not just two, sorry. There are like four or five. We have primary, secondary, tertiary, analogous color. We still look at them. Now, if you look at this red here, this I said red, yellow. You can see yellow here. You
Yes.
can see blue. If you bring this yellow and blue together, it will give you this green.
Okay, sir.
This is what I'm saying. If you combine this yellow, and that's how secondary color is being gotten. How we get secondary color. This yellow here and this blue here. If you combine them together, you get this middle green, and this red. You get this orange here. You get this one
Okay.
here. Now, and primary color serves as the foundation of all we have. And what are primary colors? Just three colors form the basis of all the colors we have in the world: yellow, blue, and red. The
Mhm.
three primary colors are red, blue, and yellow. These three colors are essentially the parent of the other colors. Primary colors highlighted on a color wheel. I want to show us the secondary color. We have secondary color. Secondary color, like I said the other time, secondary color is we have the red, we have green, sorry, we have green, purple, and orange. Now, like what I explained the other time, if you see this is the wheel, this is our primary color, yellow, blue, and red. Like I said the other time, if you combine this and this, it gives you this secondary color. Combine this blue and red, it gives you purple. If you combine this yellow and this red, it gives you this orange color. Mixing the primary colors results to the secondary colors. Now, we have tertiary colors. Tertiary colors, these come from, that means tertiary colors are found in between all the primary colors and secondary colors. Now, if you have, we have the way we form secondary colors from the primary colors, that we form this blue and red to this red. We have this red, it's now beside each other. Red and orange. So this red and this orange, we give you red, orange. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Now look at this now. For same as this one, we have red here and we have orange here. It gives us this orange, red. If you combine yellow, orange. If you combine this blue, this blue and this green and our green, it will give you blue, green. Likewise, if you combine this blue plus our purple, we give you blue, purple. And if you combine our red with our purple, we give us red, purple, which people call magenta. We call this magenta, this red, purple. Same form like that. It's just like leaving one space at the middle. Those two, the ones that are together, come to give another color in the middle. Now, let's look at some terminologies in color. Some terminologies in color. We have hue, tint, shade, and tone. Now, hue. Hue in design means color. It means color. In general, all colors. Hue is all colors, including black, white, and gray. While the origin of particular color. Now, where a color is called the hue. We can as well use this one, for example, this color. Now, the origin of all color is primary color, isn't it? Now, our primary colors, the hue. Why those other ones that are now being created are other colors? I'm just using an example. The base of the hue. It is the base of the colors we see, and is always the 6 primary and secondary colors in the color wheel. Yes?
Your voice has been cutting for a while.
Hue is the base of every color. You will understand what I'm saying now.
Yes,
let's look at this. Look at this now. This particular color in this tint, this particular color now. This is the base color. Base is the hue. This just this one is the hue. The base. Now, a tint is a lighter version of a tint in a color. Is adding white to a color. Tint is when you are adding white to another color. Is a tint is when you are adding white. Yes, tint is when you are adding white to a color. It is a hue that is only white added to it. Sometimes a tint can seem brighter than the original hue, but it is not, because yes, tint is now those ones you are adding white. They are the tint of the original color of the hue. Now, a tint can range from a hue that is barely lighter than the original with a tiny amount of, and the colors are the tints of it. Now, shade is when you are adding black to a color. That's what we mean. Is the opposite of tint. We add white shade, we add black to it. A shade is a hue that only black is added. It can of course include very amount of black and the resulting color, or it may be almost black. So now tone is when you are adding a gray color. When you add a gray color to a color. When you add a gray to a color. Now, tint is adding white. Shade is adding black. White tone is when you are adding gray color. Tone is when you add gray to a color. And tone color tend to be viewed as more sophisticated than pure hues, while shade is when you add tone to a color. Shade is when you add black to a color. White tone is when you add gray to a color. Let's see. Okay. Now let's stop here for today. We'll continue tomorrow, and I will still get to the theory aspects, the practical aspect, the use of tool. But these foundations are very important for us to know. That's why we have to go through all this. You will see that when you start design, you will see that when one is designed, you will see the essence of all this principle design. Is there any question before we go for today? Do you have any question?
Although I had one question, but you already skipped that part. But probably when I remember, I will definitely ask, sir.
Okay.
But for now, I don't have any questions.
Okay. Thank you for joining to the class, and thank you for during the last class. Okay, let me start from here. Do I explain this in the last bit? But you need to know this, so I will continue from there.
Okay.
Now, I mentioned we are in color terminologies, the terms used when it comes to color, and The first one is hue. The first one is hue, and hue means base color. Thank God I'm speaking to chemists. Thank God I'm speaking to a chemist. Hue means base color. When we want to mix color, there's always the base color. Hope you can hear me
Yes,
clearly. Okay, there's always the
I
base
can hear
color,
you.
and this base color is the foundation to other colors. And from base color, you can pick different colors from them. Okay, it's like me picking. I pick a blue color now. When I pick a blue color, then I started adding some other colors to it. There's a particular color I started with, which was the blue.
Mm-hmm.
The blue is now hue. Is the hue of the other colors. Now that means is the base color. The base color is always called hue, the
You.
main color of a thing. Now, in general, color is used to refer to all colors. The word color is used to refer to all colors, including black and white and gray, while hue refers to the origin of the color we see, which I said the other time. It is the base of the colors we see and is always one of the 6 primary and secondary colors in the color wheel. The color wheel we continued what it was in the last class, was it not? Yes, we talked about it in the last class, but we still continue it. Now,
Okay.
while tint is when you have a color. The blue I was talking about, I have blue. Now, I'm now adding white to it. The more I add white to blue color, it will be becoming lighter, lighter, lighter. And the more it becomes lighter, the more it tends to white.
Yes.
It turns to white, and the final output, the last color of a tint is white. That means we are adding white to it. It will be fading till it become pure white. That is what tint means. Tint means adding white color to a color. Adding white to a color, to any color. Can add it to any color. That's what tint means. And reading from here, a tint is a lighter version of a given hue. It is a hue that has only white added to it. That means we have a base color and we're adding white to that base color.
What?
Sometimes a
Mm-hmm.
tint. Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. I was agreeing with you.
Okay. Sometimes a tint can seems brighter than the original color, which is because we are adding white to it. It will surely become brighter than the base color. But it is not because it is just a paler version. Now, when they say light green, light blue, light yellow, light purple, light this, it means it's a tint. In design times, we don't use the lighter this. We use a tint of this color. I can say
Okay.
a tint of blue. When I say a tint of blue, you know that is a blue, that a lighter version of a blue. That's what it means when you say a tint of blue or a tint of red, the lighter version of it. A tint can range from hue that is barely lighter than the original to almost white with a tiny amount of color in it. Now, let's now go to shade. Now, shade is the opposite of tint. Tint, you had white, but for shade, you had black to it. When you add black to a color, that is when you have shade. Do you know if you're adding black to a color, it will be becoming darker. It will be having a dark shade. It will be becoming darker. And that is what we call shade. This is the opposite of thing. A shade that's a hue with only black added to it. It can, of course, include varying amounts of black, and its resulting color is barely darker than the original hue. It may be almost black. Now, for shade, the end means or the end goal or the end game of a shade color is black. That means the end result will be black. The more you add black, the more you add black, it will now turn to black. It will turn to
Look
black.
how you get.
Now, for tone is when you add a gray color to a hue. It's when you add gray color to a hue, to a color. That means it will now be turning to, now this is a very similar to tint and shade. Only instead of being a hue, white or black, added to it is a hue only with gray added to it. The gray that is added to make a tone only consists of black and white. No other colors. Many colors that are considered gray have a base that is hue. Tone color. So the like I said, I think right.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Hope I said tone because I was almost getting.
I was hearing you faintly. Tone colors
Okay.
tend
I
to
said
be viewed.
okay. Tone colors tend to be viewed as more sophisticated than pure hues. You know, like I said, tone is when you add a gray color to a color, to a hue. Add gray to hue. Tint is adding white, shade is adding black, while tone is adding gray. Hue is the base of any color. Now, let's continue. Now, we now have warm color versus cool color. Now, from literally having warm versus cool, from the nature, we have what we call heat and cold weather. Now, when we talk about heat, it's something related to warm. And what are we referring to? We are referring to when it's summertime or it's a sunny period. And what is the color of the sun? We have yellow. We have yellow, orange, like that, red in sun. Now, when it's now come to the weather, when the weather change to a cold weather, that means we are having blue. The sky is blue, and we are having that kind of calm colors. And one color, and we have.
I cannot hear you again.
Hey, can you hear me now? How about now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, please just let me know immediately. I'll say that the one color are red, yellow, orange. Now, one color are those that resemble or ice heat, while cool colors are attributed to ice and cooler temperatures. For example, red, yellow, orange, and red, purple are warm colors, while blue, purple, green, and blue, green are cool colors. Now, something came to my mind now that I need to let you know because I may not remember later on. Now, when it comes to color design, the free place we have color is from nature. It's from nature. Now, and what we should do as designers when we are confused of colors to use, we can go to nature. Just look around. The things around you, you can use it to pick colors. There was something trending was it late last year? Something last year. There was a carnival in Lagos. There is this Lagos carnival that they used to do. Now, and during the carnival, they are always wearing different native colors. It's all colorful. Different colors, very beautiful. You can even Google it. Lagos last year carnival that they had. Now, what am I trying to pick from it is that designers were now using that. They will just pick from those pictures that they snap. Just go there. You will see the color combinations. you will see the color combinations of their clothes, because from fabrics are always beautiful. Now, the color combinations, you can pick color to use for design there. That means matching of different colors together. That's where that comes. And that's just by the way. I'm just letting you know that we can pick color from nature, from flowers, from fabrics, from anything. You can pick color from it. And sometimes color, even nature gives us the best way to combine colors. Now, okay, that's it about this. We have analogous. Now, I want to look at types of colors. We have analogous, we have complementary, we have splits complementary, we have mono complementary. Now, come here, please. Okay. Now, analogous color. Analogous color, they are colors that they are seated beside each other on the color wheel. Now, this is a color wheel. This is a color wheel. Let me go back to that big one that we're using from the beginning. Now, if you look at this, these are color wheels. And the colors are split beside if you are seeing color like this.
Are you talking? Because I cannot hear you.
How about now?
Okay.
I don't know why
Yes.
this keep happening. I will later find solution to this. Sorry for that. I don't know why it's keep going and coming back. Now, I was saying that analogous color is when you have colors, when you are picking colors from
Each other.
side by side. Let me say you want to pick color. Now you pick this yellow and orange yellow. Pick this, pick this. These are color side by side like this. That's when we have analogous color. And this is what is being cited here. That these color combinations are being like this. And they will be used like this in a design. Why complementary colors? And the essence of this color wheel is to help someone know how to pick color choices in design. So that whenever you want to do your design, you can have a color wheel. You can have a color wheel.
I cannot hear you again.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I was saying that if you want to do design now, you can just glance at the color wheel and look at, okay, let me pick color according to the principles, according to the color psychology. Okay, let me pick this way, let me pick this way. Now, for complementary, is always opposite. Each other. Like this now, we have this and this. Now, this is called red purple because it's in the middle of red and purple. But in design time, we call it a magenta. In print industry, it's magenta color. This is magenta color. But on color wheel, we call it red purple.
On the color wheel, they call it what?
On the color wheel, they call it red purple.
Red purple.
Yes.
Okay.
This is it. And red purple. Red purple. And the reason why it's called red purple is because it's in the middle of red and purple.
Purple.
Yes. Now, you can also come like this and pick orange, this orange red, and this blue green here. This blue green here, and this orange red here. Now you can also pick red and green together.
Okay, so what you're saying is when you're designing, complementary colors can be used together.
Yes, complementary colors can be used together. That means if you want to pick them, you are picking colors opposite each other. That's complementary colors. Now, the next one is split complementary. It's giving you a triangular choice. Now, to pick rectangular from this now, you see it's opposite each other, but you have two on the other hand, while there is one the other side. Now, and this is
Mm.
giving you, probably you want to combine
These
three
three.
colors in your design. You want to combine three colors,
Mm.
and you just, okay, what can I do? You just picking it triangle in terms of triangle shape like this. Picking them, it will make your color to sync well. Now, and that's one of the function of using color wheel. It helps you pick color that sync well, that won't distort the viewer's eye, and to make them to sit well together. Another one is monochromatic colors. Now,
Yes.
monochromatic colors, they are colors that are picked from, they are like the hue and the shade we explained the other time.
This shade a bit tint because this one they are getting lighter.
Did I
Can be
say
shade or
you? Oh,
tint.
sorry. Did I say you? Sorry. They are the tint and the shade.
Okay.
Now,
Of a single color.
do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I
Now,
get it.
they are
Like
the things. That means you are picking them. The monochromatic goes in the same, is one color. If you notice this red now, white being
it's
added
like
to it, you are picking from them. And there are some designs like that you just see one color. That one color, you will just be using the tint of that same color in the design. And that's the picture of that's one thing that makes one stand out as a professional designer. You will see that when,
I
can
have
you
a
hear me?
question.
Oh,
I can
okay.
hear you.
Okay.
This analogous color and monochromatic color, the difference is not much, Abby. Because if we look at it well, these three yellow that you highlighted here,
Yes.
add white to the first yellow to give it the second yellow. If you add more white to give it the third yellow, to me it seems like they are the same thing.
No, they are not the same thing. And
The
we
only
are not adding
thing
white.
about monochromatic color is that it can be a shade or a tint. This analogous color,
Okay.
they are
Now
usually
let
it's because of the
let
sorry,
me
I'm
explain
listening.
something so that you understand. Hey, sorry. Let me explain something so that you understand. Now let's go back to the bigger version of that color wheel. And let me
Okay.
go like this. So, do you see that this was the analog, this three?
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, second.
Okay. I said, if you notice, this was the three colors we saw on the analogous the other time.
Yes.
Okay. Now, if you are picking this, if we want that way, you can also pick these ones. Are they the same color?
No, okay, it's because of the example you used. No,
No,
I guess it's
no.
not.
The what I'm saying is not things, is because it was just picked from combination. This one is combination of yellow and orange that gave us this yellow
But,
orange. Do you see this color at the middle? Is combination of yellow and orange. They are not the same color. Now, if a tint is added to this, or let me say, if you tint this orange here, it won't be giving you this same color. It won't be giving you this. It will be very, very light, and it won't be related to these colors. You
okay,
understand what I'm trying to say?
I understand. I have another question. Sorry.
Okay,
So
no.
now for the analogous colors, is it only the related colors that are next to each other, or can this yellow, orange, yellow, and green be said they're analogous since they are next to each other?
Yes, yes, they will be analogous. So far you are thinking like this. Beside them, they are analogous. It's just
Your voice keeps going on and coming
okay.
off.
Oh, sorry. I said
I cannot hear you. I cannot hear you.
how about now?
Is it your I can hear you now. Is it your mic that has issues?
I don't even know when this started. I don't know where. Hope you can hear me clearly now.
I can hear you now.
Okay. I was saying that it's about the direction. for the analogous. Now, the direction you are picking your color from, this direction, that means in a circular manner. You are picking your color
Is it
in
clockwise or anti-clockwise?
it can be clockwise, it can be anti-clockwise.
Okay.
You understand? That's what makes it analogous, because you are picking it clockwise and anti-clockwise. While for tint, if you notice for tint,
Anything is quite different.
tint is you adding white, and
White.
that's what this monochromatic color is doing. Monochromatic color can either be a tint or a shade. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you still have something you would want me to clarify?
No, I don't have any more questions.
Okay. Now we have color systems. I want to look at color systems. Now, color systems, we have additive color and subtractive colors. Now, we have blue here, we have red here, we have
Purple.
green here. Now, our color systems that we have are, we have RGB. I don't know if you have heard it
Yes.
before. RGB and CMYK. Now, the difference between the additive color, which is RGB, and the subtractive color, which is CMYK, in our own word, is that RGB colors, they are used for any digital any digital surface. Let me put it that way. RGB is used for
digital surface.
Yes, what I mean by surface is anything digital. Your phone, your laptop, your LED screen, anything that is digital. You use RGB color system for it. Why for CMYK is used for printing. Now, you want to, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. If you want to print now, you want to design, you want to make a design for printing, probably that they will print it, probably a magazine or a program, anything, or a jotter. Now, if you know that they will be printing it, you pick your color in CMYK. The reason is because the machine they use in printing aspects, in printing industry, their machines are always in CMYK. In these three colors, it will convert in, we have cyan, we have magenta, we have black, we have yellow. The K at the middle is black.
Okay. Are you saying something? I can't hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
You say?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I hear you again?
Okay, listen. How about now?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Can you give me a minute, please? Let me pick my headset, if that will.
Okay, no problem.
I don't know why this is doing like this. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Is it clear enough?
It's very clear.
Okay. Now, okay, let's continue. Sorry for the glitches. Okay, I was saying that the additive color, if you combine them together, you will see that at the middle, they are given different colors. We have the magenta, blue, we have, which is also cyan, blue, we have yellow and white at the middle. Now, That's the main function of additive color and subtractive color. That's the RGB and CMYK. One is meant for print media, while someone is made for digital media. Now, hexadecimal.
Can I ask you a question?
Oh, yes, please.
But I've seen print media. I'm even holding one now. Sefe, is blue.
If you notice, okay, let's go back to that subtractive color.
That's why you didn't mention. You said.
Now that's what I want to explain. So look at the subtractive color under the CMYK. You know, we have cyan, we have yellow, we have magenta, and we have black. Now, when you notice when they were combined, you have blue here, you have red here, you have green here.
And green. So it's taking us back to the additive colors.
They are not taking us back to the additive color. This is it. If you notice, one thing is these additive colors, sometimes additive color are always brighter.
Okay.
On digital. They're always brighter. Why CMYK? They're always giving kind of, it's always kind of dull, you understand? It's always, if you use, that's why if someone use RGB color for printing, there is a way that it will be looking too harsh on the print material. That's why they will always convert it to CMYK so as not to be too harsh, because they are very bright. That's why our screen, if you notice, our screen is always bright. We always have bright colors on our screen. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand, but I'm not sure that you adequately explained what I was trying to say. So the fact that green, red, and blue are still under the subtractive colors when they are added, does that mean we can still use it for print?
Yes. Now, both these now it's just, they are just like color codes and color systems. Now, and this is we have, if you notice for this one, for these additive colors, the main colors that form additive colors, they are blue, red, and green. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Now, they are blue, red, and green. And when combined together, you still get other colors within them. But the major ones are the red, blue, and green. While for the subtractive colors, we now have these other colors: magenta, yellow, and cyan. They are not
I'm sorry. That cyan is pronounced cyan. I've been trying to hold it in since.
Oh, okay, it's pronounced cyan.
Yes, I've been trying to hold it in since I could not hold it again. Sorry. No vex.
Honestly, I'm happy for
I can't hear you.
Okay, Abana, can you hear me now?
I know that you're talking, but I can't hear what you're saying.
Abana, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. No, I'm happy you corrected me, honestly. I'm happy you corrected me. Because do you know why I call cyan? Because I started my design career from all this printing area. And when you go to printing, all this printing area, you will always get cyan. Thank God you corrected me, actually. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Okay, cyan. I'll correct myself. Cyan, am I right?
Cyan, yes.
Cyan, okay. Now we have cyan, magenta, and yellow. If you notice, it is these small colors That's why they are called subtractive. They are the small colors here. They are the ones that now form the major colors in this subtractive colors. Magenta, yellow, cyan, and we have black. They are tending to black. Just know that the major things, so that you won't be confused, the major thing to note in this is that RGB is used for digital colors, while CMYK is used for print colors. That's the major thing there. Now, we have hexadecimal color code. Now, this is a 6 digital.
We never finish.
What's time?
Could never finish. No, I'm not talking about the time.
Okay.
Color code. I'm actually enjoying the class.
Okay. No, this is the last part of color. This is the last part of color theory. No, it's very important to know them so that when
RGB is color system, Abi. Then hexadecimal is color code, Abi.
Now,
or do they mean the same thing?
They are all hexadecimal, RGB, CMYK. They are under color systems. They are under color system, and they can form color code. They cannot form a color code. Because there are some color that is presented in RGB. We put them in RGB, you get this color code. You understand? But they are all the three. They are under color system. Let's just put it that way. Do you understand? The color code are now these ones. Anything you see ash like this. You understand? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Now, let me continue. You understand better now. This is a hexadecimal color code. This is a digital. This is a 6-digit color combination of letters and numbers that represents an
RGB color.
Represent RGB color. Now, if you see this color, this thing now is forming RR, red. That means 2 red, 2 green, 2 blue. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, if you see for white, the hexadecimal color for white is FFFF. That means 6F. If you now want to interpret that 6F, it is interpreted as, in that color, we have 2 reds, 2 green, 2 blue. That forms that FFFFF. Now, there are different colors, different hexadecimal colors that you will see that there are 6, having ash at the last part of it. Now, it means that color contains 2 red, 2 green, and 2 blue. You understand? Okay. Now, the first value pair refers to red. The second to green, and the third is blue, with decimal values ranging from 0 to 256. Now, these values, they are the values of color, which is from 0 to 255. Now, with time, you will understand this better, how they work. That's color also have their number. They have the number from 0 to 225. Now, RGB is an additive color space, meaning that when all 3 colors are put together, the result is white. While the subtractive, when they are combined together, they tend to black. Now, in this way now, I can say that our additive colors tends to tint and follows the trend of tint, while our subtractive color follows the trend of shade. Do you understand?
Yep.
Okay. Now there is, e.g., we have FFFF. FFFFFF is white. In decimal is 25, 25, 25. And at the zero opposite end is black, which is 00060, which gives us the black color. Now, for our color now, this is the RR, this is the JG, and this is the blue. Now, with this now, we've come to the end of color theory.